Welcome to the Spilled Ink and Coffee Show, where we take book discussions to a new level. We don't just read books, we interview them, journal about them, sip coffee, spill thoughts, and explore stories on and off the page. Grab a cup and get cozy, because every book deserves a great conversation.
In this episode, Kasie sets the kitchen on fire. Rachel's confused as to why we're grinding with clothes on in a romance novel. And Lenora Dove is a grab your coffee, your journal, and your emotional support snack. You're gonna need them.
Good morning, friends. Hi. All right, so if everybody's been listening to the podcast, then they know that our episodes have been not getting shorter, but getting longer. And it's because Rachel and I have the best conversations before, during, but never after, because we always have to.
We have to run.
We do. So today, I just pulled the mics out and didn't do the before, because there's a lot that we go off the rails during.
That's not really an off the rails, but that's what I'm going to use for now.
Which is perfect. So today we are jumping back into our journals. Thank you.
Thank you.
The bunny is cute in the gift basket. We love it. Because last week we couldn't get through it. But that's just because we always have so much to talk about.
Did we not get through it last week?
No, we didn't.
Oh my gosh.
And that's okay. It's because we were just catching up on so much other stuff, which is awesome. That's why we're doing this for fun, guys. Funsies. Not sponsored yet, but as Rachel once said, open to it.
Bring it, people. Bring it.
So yesterday I was just thinking in my brain, I said, money isn't everything, but what money can do when you have money is it gives you time, because, the money is taking care of other things, so you have time, thus time becomes your currency.
Another thing in France, you have 5 weeks vacations per year, plus you have the days off, the 1st of May, it's the holidays of work. So if it's Tuesday, they will make a break between the weekend and Tuesday, so you don't work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Got it.
And a lot of people love how many days off we have in plus of the 5 weeks. So it means if you work more smart, you can have
the work-life balance and everything else. So the quality of life is your choice, no matter where you live.
Yeah.
It's how you make your life.
But again, I prefer you.
That's it. It's about what you want for your life and how to attain it. Whoa, more wisdom later.
Wisdom from France. I love it.
I decided, because of the secret shelf, you get a weird ass question in the secret shelf. So all the weird ass questions is like, all right, that's a lot. I said I just picked 2 pages and laminated, so you have additional weird ass questions for when we're talking.
Okay.
But these are ones that people are going to get in the secret shelf. So friends, we've already explained that you can hop on our website, order a book from the secret shelf. Just tell us if you want Rachel to pick it or if you want Kasie to pick it. And you get this beautiful box. Go watch the unboxing video of a whole bunch of stuff. It's like a book and cereal prizes.
Oh,
and she's laughing over the questions.
I'm laughing at the questions. These are amazing.
So I selected one for the one secret shelf that is your friend, and then my mom ordered a secret shelf, and I selected one I thought was appropriate for her. She doesn't even know what this is, my mom. So when she gets her box, because they're mailed out, I can't wait to hear what her.
Oh, did you mail Anne's?
So yes, and so
okay, I'll have to ask her.
And I did a little video on unboxing and posted it somewhere.
It's on the gram. I saw it.
Okay, and so that's what that is. I also told you I was going to bring you the book because I was searching for my book for next year. So this is a 300-page, 8.5 by 11 from the Amazon. And I did my pen test in the back with the pens that I use. It's probably one of the last pages to check for.
Yeah, bleed through. Wow, yeah.
But I don't use all the same accoutrements that you use. So if you want to take the book and do a pen test with your pens in the back, because I'm not setting this up.
No. It feels about the same
thickness as the pages
thickness
in
as
yours.
mine. It's just so funny. Mine looks so little now compared to this.
I just want to write a lot, and because I've already pre-done pages in my other book with the journal, now I'm cutting and pasting these pages in. So do not pre-do your pages, guys, unless you're just doing the template outline, like your header, because I'm learning with the journaling that it's forever evolving, and this comes in like a gajillion colors.
I love this.
But I did order 3 different books, and it's the one I landed
This is the one you like the best?
Because I can lay flat. I feel like I can lay flat better.
Oh, yeah, you can.
The others were not as lay flat friendly. And one of them came in and didn't even say in the description it had perforated pages. And I don't want perforated.
I would end up ripping those all out.
Yeah, me too.
Oh. These are nice pages.
What I'll do is put the link in the show notes of this one so they can see what this one is.
Trying to...
But we did... I went to this little bookstore in Dunedin. I know that we're supposed to talk books. In amongst all the things, sadly, our friend had a loss in her family, and there's a lot going on there. But in the middle of that chaos, we get a text message on Tuesday from one of Andrew's work soldiers. Can you and Andrew meet us in Dunedin in like an hour? We're like, okay, is this important? Yes. We were not knowing what to expect. So we go to Reboot, which is a cool arcade / bar. And there they are. Their name's Paris and Corey, which, thank you, Paris. She's registered for book club, started her journal. She's beyond ecstatic. I said, watch all of Rachel's videos. She's the one. And they sat us down and they go, we just got married. It was so cute. They thought of us to tell us, and there she is in her just a white sundress. I mean, they're the cutest couple. They're both Air Force, and they met here at MacDill Air Force Base, and we went to Renfest with them. They told us that, the proposal thing had happened, but the marriage just happened. And we took them to Pisces. And I mean, they served champagne, so they did the champagne toast.
I love
Pisces
that.
was so great. Thank you to you guys, because it was just like the craziest impromptu middle of the day. Who knew it was going to be that wedding celebration?
Aww.
On our way after all the things, this is where I'm going to. There's a little bookstore on Main Street.
There is.
It looks like an old school library with a rolling ladder.
Yeah.
The gal was super nice, and I picked up rescued a book from the used shelf.
He sells, I think what he mainly specializes in, from what I remember, is what am I looking for? Like collector editions.
You're right, because
like first editions and antique books and things. That's his passion. So
if you're looking, that'll be another video. She's correct, and those are all at the counter on a beautiful display. And Paris, who is a big bookworm, asked all the things, and she did buy a first edition.
Wow.
I know, because her and her now husband. So that a mahjong game, because they love books and they love board games.
Okay.
But it was a cute little place.
It's a cute little shop. It is.
They had socks that were library card socks, and I was going to get you a pair, and I was like, oh no, is she extra small, medium, or large socks? I didn't know, but my thought was there. And I have the best picture, and you'll see this in video, of Andrew going, Not another bookstore.
I love that.
And he's in this tiny little cheetah chair because it's back by the children's section, sitting there like this with 4 cans of the take-home crowlers from the Dunedin Brewery sitting by his foot.
I love that.
So that'll be a fun video. But guys, if you're in Dunedin, Florida, oh my stars. Good times. I actually marked my pages of the things that we are, I said talk about it. That's a lie. I didn't finish it. That one is the talk about it tabs over here. What do you have for a journal?
I finished.
Because Rachel's in her show. It's coming up next week, guys.
This is going to be a definitely a low count reading month for sure. I did finish last night my 6th book of the month, but I clearly haven't even put that down yet because I just finished it last night while I was trying to go to sleep. This is definitely, I would be shocked.
You didn't finish that one yet? The Sunrise of the Reaping?
Oh, no, I did. I finished it. I finished the All Pair Affair, and I finished Sunrise and the Reaping. And then I finished another book last night, but I didn't get a chance to journal that one yet.
Okie dokie. So let me have your journal.
Swappy.
Yes. And then I'll start interviewing your journal. You can just have mine sitting there. Mine are some... There's 2 shorties and a longie that we need to talk about.
Okay, but real quick before you start interviewing my journal, did you saw that Welcome to NightVale is going to be
at the Capitol?
The Capitol?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you want to go?
I'll go with you. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just write that in my notes that Rachel actually wants to go with me.
Well, I saw it I saw it in, I don't know where I saw it, probably something on social media.
I think we should experience that one together.
Yeah, I agree.
It was good.
What was good? It's always good.
It's always excellent. I just wanted a little less bread.
You will test something.
I will test something. I will test something. We will test something.
We're at Chez Davin's. Love them. They're friends. And now we're about to become the test menu. We're going to sample a test menu. It's exciting. It's always exciting. Okay, so yes, Capitol Theater. I'm going to get us tickets, and we're going to go see what NightVale is live on stage.
Yeah, it's not until September.
That's okay. Who cares?
I think David Sedaris is in October.
Did he already announce the pre-sale? Because I didn't get a message on the pre-sale.
No, not the pre-sale, but actual tickets go on sale like May, I want to say like 2nd or 5th. It's in my calendar.
Okay.
Actual for real tickets go on sale beginning of May.
For the Tampa
one.
When did you get that notice? Was it just on social media?
On social media.
Oh, I thought we would get notified. We're just going to get the link when it's ready to click the link then and order them.
We won't get a link if we don't qualify for the pre-sale. We won't get a link.
Well, I've already signed up 8 times.
Oh, I only signed up once.
I wasn't sure like how many times I should do that for him because I've never done this before. I've never gone to where I meet and greet with an author or watch an author performance. So I'm very excited about that.
It's everything.
And when I get the tickets, I just want to make sure that how are we going to coordinate that? Plus there's the meet and greet, which is separate, right?
You literally just get in line.
Okay, so
you don't buy.
So it's like a stage door situation, meet and greet.
It's not
like a Comic-Con where you got to buy the ticket.
No, he has a table set up. You will stand in line for 2+ hours. And
let me ask you this. Does anybody walk down that line in those 2+ hours? Cigarettes, popcorn, beverages. We don't have that happening. Missed opportunity, Mr. Sedaris.
I do want to find out because when I went to see him in Colorado, he was signing books before the show.
Okay.
And there was no line.
Okay.
There were literally 3 people in line with me. And so I literally and then I was able to leave after.
Oh, something new just appeared.
New.
What do we call it?
French pate.
French pate. Okay.
Made
no tomatoes, no egg, no soy. Great, here we go.
It's a pate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real one.
Is this sausage? Oh, I'm trying to just mystery meat.
No, it's not mystery meat. It's good.
You don't
But
like
it's good.
It's
pate because it's cold meat?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't like pate because you eat pate before, American pate?
Yes.
Did you feel how it's the way of cooking that? It's totally different.
Is it?
In America, they take the pate, they take the meat and they put it in the food processor and then it becomes more like a mousse. Like I think the texture's different.
The texture's different. The texture's very different.
This is not that weird.
Yeah, I think that's why I don't like
Texture.
pets. Yeah.
But wait,
But even you don't like, this one is okay?
Yeah.
is there mushrooms in it?
No.
What meat is this? It's turkey.
It's pork.
Oh, it doesn't taste like pork at
It
all.
does not taste like pork.
No.
No.
It's that's it. It's horrible.
It doesn't taste like pork at all. It tastes like...
Elles disent, ça sent pas du porc.
Non, parce que je fais un mélange. I make cognac inside.
That's the secret
That's why
ingredient.
you love it.
Cognac.
Because it doesn't taste like any... You know what it tastes like? Easter dinner. It tastes like lamb. Like almost like an Easter lamb, I think. I would have that for breakfast, actually. Like with a Kasie approved egg, put it in with hash.
Like for dinner, like the little appetizer.
Appetizer, yes.
Yes.
But I make the little piece with the bread and salad.
I would put a quail egg on top. I don't know, that's just me. A
You
baby
put
egg.
what?
Like a little baby egg.
A quail egg.
A quail egg. A little egg. A little egg. That's just me.
Like,
That's why I come here. I come here because I don't know what I'm doing in the kitchen. Because this is the weird stuff I dream up. You would die if you heard the soup I made that I just ate this week. You'd be like, what the heck is that? It was like a super green, and then I added Brussels sprouts, and it just, Andrew's like, I can't kiss you. I'm not the cook, guys. I don't cook at all. So yay, so it's back to Sedaris. I don't know what to expect, but I'm also going to say you have a missed opportunity not having the person walking around with the box, with the books and the cigarettes and the water and the snacks, which you could brand it all, whatever, Sedaris water straight from who knows, Oh my goodness, guys, our train went off the rails. So we've got 2 books.
Yes.
The Au Pair Affair.
From the library.
This is a library.
It's an audio from the library.
She's saying this whole hummy. I haven't looked at the star rating yet, but this is by Tessa Bailey, which says it is the New York Times #1 best-selling author, which is to be determined at this point. It was a romance. Avon was a publisher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to see, is that the makeup company? Avon calling.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a special Avon book. Avon's done all the things.
Oh, yeah, they have.
2 stars. And if you all can see her face right now, sigh. Forever is composed of nows. These are the quotes, friends. Time with you could never be a waste, only a privilege. Oh boy. He's holding a hockey stick. I'm trying to see what's going on because these quotes make me think of ball gowns and such and properness. But he's got on, is this a Christian romance?
No.
Because I feel like this has got the Scott vibes again.
No.
With his bearded goatee situation.
Yeah, no.
They have experienced a few hard losses to appreciate winning. Okay. Why did you pick this book?
Because it was an audio book available at the library.
Friends, if you're a library tracker and you're doing the library exploration, both Rachel and I have found some really great things at the library. Don't let this turn you off because your library tracker is going to show you how much money you're saving.
Yes.
However, the time you're not going to get back on this one since you said this book was so dumb.
And I never feel bad because I didn't pay for it. That's what I have to remind myself. I didn't pay for this book.
She says she's actually rethinking her second star.
True statement.
Tell me, what were your first thoughts when you started reading this?
So when I first started it, probably the first hour listening to it, and I was like, okay, this is now, okay, to preface it, this is a series. There's 4 or 5. This is the second book in the series. So I didn't read the first, but it said you didn't need to, because while they it's characters that carry over from each of the books, I wasn't missing anything from the story that I could tell, other than when these two actually met.
Now, is her name is Tallulah?
Tallulah.
Au pair, affair, Tallulah? Is she the au pair?
She's the au pair.
Which is a nanny, correct?
Yes.
So this is a nanny and a hockey player?
Yes.
I just want to verify the character choices.
She's the nanny to the au pair to his child.
Is he a single dad, or has he become single?
He's a single dad.
Okay. I'm just making, so what were your first thoughts when you started reading this? It says they fell in love too fast.
They fell in love too fast. I kept thinking, okay, he's so nice. He's so nice. He cares about her. And then, when he starts talking about her sexually, I wanted to punch him in the face. I'm like, if a man spoke to me like this, it would be such a turnoff. Ew. No. You're not going to own me. I think he was trying to do it to be sexy, and I think it was supposed to be sexy, but it was just annoying. It was annoying.
Does this then tell you more about the writing style? This is a writing style issue.
Yeah. It's just, I'm going to take a break. I mean, this year, I don't know, I could look at my tracker, 4 or 5 romances. It's just not my genre. It's just annoying.
I think you expect a different quality of romance. I think you enjoy them because you want to, obviously, because you're reading lots of bad ones. I think you need to redefine what romance is to you.
I think so, because this isn't it.
Was it the old Fabio books?
I don't know.
Did you ever read 50 Shades?
No, I never did.
Me either. Maybe you should try that. Maybe that is your romance.
I heard the writing is really bad.
How'd she do 80 books? I feel like there's so many books.
I think there's only 3 or 4 books. I don't think she wrote that many books. I think it's 3 or 4.
Oh, she didn't do start in the next color in the shade?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Maybe that's the book. I got through, I think, the first 30 pages of the first book, and then I said,
I just heard the writing was so terrible I couldn't get through it. So
guys, can you please comment and suggest romance novels that you think Rachel actually will gravitate to now that you've gotten to know her a little bit more?
Give me a good romance. Give me something that would make the romance genre redeemable, because right now it's not. I need to, especially after this one, I needed to take a break. He claimed to be so in love with her, and then here's the thing that lost me. I was done with the book. Thankfully, there was only 2 hours left because I was done. He gets hurt, and it's a potential career-ending injury. He has a 12-year-old daughter, and then he's dating the au pair. The au pair comes to see him. He says something so offensive to her that she runs away, and he's heartbroken that he said it to her, and he's literally laying in bed saying, I wish I could die. I just want to die. I want to die. And I'm going, you have an 11-year-old daughter at home, as opposed to this girl who's been with you for literally 6 weeks at this point. But you're laying in bed saying you want to die, and you have a daughter at home. I'm done with you. You are not a redeemable character. I'm finished. That you're willing, you want to just lay in a hospital bed in the dark, rotting, but you have an 11-year-old that you have custody of. I'm done.
Did you have any favorite characters?
No. They all annoyed the piss out of me.
the end it says it was too juvenile. That's in the writing.
Yeah.
That's in the writing.
Yeah.
So all of these characters are frustrating for you.
Yes.
Even the child? Or
yes.
What is wrong with the child in your opinion?
She switched gears too quickly. Like she was written well. She finds out about her dad and the au pair and she freaks out. Rightly so.
Preteen.
Her nanny is dating her dad after the nanny said, I'm not dating your dad. But then literally within a couple hours, she's crying. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I love you. I want you guys together. What? Like you were just what? No, it doesn't work that way. Like that's not real life. And maybe that's the problem. I expected real life out of a romance and I shouldn't. I should just be willing to go in with the willing suspension of disbelief that, yep, this is how people act.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
Where is the 11-year-old's birth mother?
Okay, that's the other weird thing. She's in the picture. She's not.
I thought she died.
No, she's in the picture. She takes the girl on the weekends. But it's never clear, and I don't know if I missed it in the first book, but it's never made clear why the dad, who is a professional hockey player, which means he's going to go on the road for days at a time, has primary custody of this girl.
What country are we in?
We're in Boston.
Oh, yay. Did you get to scribble on your map?
I did.
Well, if you're doing a map tracker, friends, this one will get you Boston on your map tracker.
This one will get you Boston. That's about all it was worth.
I found that's a win. Was there a memorable scene, whether good or not good?
So it was the scene when when his friends came in to do an intervention on him in the hospital and he's laying there saying, I don't want to live anymore.
This from a hockey incident?
This from a hockey incident. And again, primary custody of an 11-year-old.
Is he a professional ice hockey player?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What position does he play?
Okay, that's the other annoying thing. So he plays defense, but he's got the most ridiculous nickname. I cringed the first time I heard it. I'm like, this can't be what they're really going to call him. So his hockey nickname is Sir Savage.
I wish you all could see Rachel's face right now, and I want you have a lot of extra space that you should minus that star and then put in that.
I should just put pictures of my face.
Yes.
Face.
Yes.
I'm like, Sir, that's why I said juvenile. Like, Sir Savage. Like, this is literally what we're calling this guy, is Sir Savage.
From Boston.
From Boston. Like, you could call him the Boston Strangler. Like, Sir Savage. I can't.
#1 New York Times bestselling author.
I really want to take away that second star right now. The more I talk about it, the more...
You can strike out a star. Now, friends, in a book journal, other than whiting it out, I think you should strike it out.
You should strike it out, because the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, it was not even worth 2 stars.
Striking it out makes a bigger statement on how you really felt about this book, as opposed to whiting it out like that thought process never happened. So we're red strike that out somehow, or maybe fill it in red like,
angry. I'm Sir Savage.
I'm Sir Savage.
So dumb.
What do you think you could have done or wish was done differently? Let me rephrase the question. What one thing that was done differently could have changed the trajectory of this story?
I would have liked to have seen more of the relationship development or building between the 3 of them. Between Sir Savage, Tallulah, and the daughter. I think that would have made the story a little bit more real, instead of just like a real quick, here's the problem, boom, it's solved. And it's like, wait, what? Like, there's no lasting effects from this?
Because if we want a fantasy romance, we will read a fantasy book to have the fantasy romance.
Right. Like, I want a little real life in my romance, and I didn't just...
Well, that's a great way to say, hey, here's an opportunity to bring something into a world where this happens all the time, actually, where we have single parenting, and it's very, plausible that the nanny... It says au pair. Is she foreign?
Yes, she's from, she's lived in America for a lot of her life, but she's from Istanbul. That's where her family lives now.
Have you read anything by this author before?
No, but I've heard of her. The name is very familiar. I just haven't, and I probably won't.
If a character from this book was forced to care for a sensitive houseplant for 1 week, how many days would it actually survive?
However long a plant lives without water, because they'd be too busy bopping from one apartment to the other and creating some sort of ridiculous drama. It would be completely uncared for.
If this book's characters put together a time capsule, what weird and embarrassing items would they include? I just want to take a picture of every face you're making so you have them for this book.
I don't even have the words. Okay, I'm just going to say this, and I don't want to explain it. A pair of jean shorts. Dude, they had sex with their clothes on.
Oh my God.
Like, literally both fully clothed, grinding on each other, sex with their clothes on. I can't.
That's why I asked if this was a Christian romance,
No,
because it's the only thing that would make sense.
It's not. There's lots of fellatio and jacking off and... But
this is a dirty book.
It's a dirty book, but like literally there's a scene where they like grind it out with their clothes on, and I'm like, oh my God.
So this is juvenile and it's smut.
It's smutty, smut. It's immature. Like I find it hard to believe that he's 37 years old and this is how he's acting.
Smells like Sex and Candy.
Yeah.
That's what this book really is.
Yeah.
All right, friends. So if you're into Sex and Candy, this is it. 1 star striked out from the 2.
I'm really, really sorry.
I'm not even gonna go on in the interviewing of that book because you've said it all. Please put your face emojis there. Okay. I think as I turn the page, this is today's piece de resistance because everybody is reading Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Physical YA fantasy, 5 stars, based on everything I've seen online. Yeah. It's
wonderfully tragic. It really is.
Wonderfully tragic. And we were going to talk some about it last week, and we stopped the conversation because you were still reading it. What made you pick up the book?
Because it's a Hunger Games book. I'll read any Hunger Games book.
What were your first thoughts when you started to read this book?
She's doing a really good job pulling me in, even though I know how this story ends.
Did the book hook you right away?
Yes.
How?
Just really painting. We don't know a ton about Haymitch. I mean, aside from he's, an alcoholic victor in the first 3 books. Who comes around to help the resistance, but it paints him in such a different light. To see him before the trauma of the Hunger Games, you're drawn to him, like you just like him.
So let me ask this question,
and I just kept picturing a young Woody Harrelson.
That's what I was going to ask. I think that's the brilliancy. Is we had the first 3 books. Then we get the live action, and now as we go to the past, we have the perfect cast already set in our mind.
Yeah, like I'm seeing like Cheers, Woody Harrelson.
Cheers, Woody Harrelson.
Young Woody Harrelson.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What stood out in the writing style of this book? Is she still maintaining her writing style, or is she evolving into something different?
No, she's still maintaining definitely the writing style. It's the same as the other 4 books. Because Katniss isn't the most likable character.
Agreed.
Like she's just got a lot of rough edges. I mean, you don't dislike, but you know what I mean? She's not like warm and fuzzy. Haymitch is warm and fuzzy. Like you like him.
We wind up, I believe, in the Hunger Games rooting always for the underdog or the side characters. That's how I feel. I never felt that I was rooting for Katniss. I was always rooting for all of her support. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It does.
I don't know. Who do you root for?
I don't know, because you're rooting for someone to die. By cheering for someone, that means all these other kids have to die.
That's an interesting perspective, because I'm not rooting for the arena. I was rooting for her sister. I was rooting for Primrose to do something amazing.
Which is why the last book pisses me off.
I threw that book at the wall so many times.
So much.
So many times that book went across the room.
Hate the ending of that book.
But that's what I mean.
I feel like the author, Suzanne Collins, has made up for that ending with these last 2 books, The Songbird and the Snake and Sunrise on the Reaping. I think she's trying to make up for what she did to Primrose.
But if we look at those books as the new retelling of War and Peace, Primrose had to die because she was part of the collateral damage that comes out of War to Peace.
The last, probably the last 40 or so pages of this book is all collateral. It's what needs, I mean, again,
there's no other outcome.
There's no other outcome because you see in the last 40 pages why he's the character he is in the Hunger Games.
So is he your favorite character in this book? Or do you have a different favorite character in this book?
You know, I think actually he's probably my second favorite character. Probably my first favorite character is Mayalise. She's one of the other tributes from 12. She's a tough cookie. I liked her because she's seen as like coming from privilege, at least as privileged as you can be in District 12. So he goes into it thinking she's this fluffy, you know, mean, snobby girl, but she's tough. She's tough. I think I really gravitated to her. I mean,
you always gravitate to the strong power woman.
She's storytelling.
Tough. Is there any of the characters that you didn't like? Not because it was written for you to not like the character.
Right. No, the characters are, the characters that you don't like, it's written so you don't like them.
Perfect. That's a great storyteller.
I didn't like his girlfriend, Lenora Dove. There's something else that we didn't. That's a plot snag. There's something that's just left hanging there a little bit, I think, with her.
We're not at that question yet, but were there any holes in the plot?
Yeah.
So you might as well just let us know.
Mayalise drops something in the preparation for the games about Lenora Dove, like that there's more to her story than what Haymitch thinks.
So that's not necessarily then a plot hole, but a plot opportunity that we may revisit.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if something else comes from that. I don't know how or when, just because by the end of, this book, he's the full-blown alcoholic that we know him to be. I don't know. I would be interested to see.
Well, maybe later on she was courted by someone else and she birthed one of the other tributes that we know from someplace. No, it can't go that way.
No,
all right, well, I'm not even going to try. I do want to ask before I forget the question that's in my brain. You read this as a physical book. I read all of the first 3 as physical books. I did not do the Songbird and Snakes one as far as reading it. I just went and watched the movie.
Oh, the book was so much better.
That's what everybody has said. But I'm also
the movie was
considering
good. But...
audio booking it. Have you audioed any of the Hunger Games?
No, I've read them all.
Okay. So that makes me think then I should just actually read it instead of listen to it.
Yeah, because after I watched the movie, I had to, my nephew and I saw the movie, and then we both had to go back and reread, like we both went home and reread half the book, the second half, because we thought that the movie differed a little bit than what actually happened in the book.
And that was the case. Yeah. Just like movie number 1. If you saw movie number 1 without reading the book, you were lost. And people walked out of that movie going, what the heck is happening? We don't know. But everybody who read the book, we were still in the theater because we knew all the backstory. So food for thought, friends. Read the book or audio. But I'm going to pick it up and read it. Do you have a favorite quote? I have a favorite quote that is there, and I didn't even read this yet.
I'd rather be despised than ignored.
Why is that one your favorite?
Because I think that paints. That's like you could say, hey Mitch equals. I'd rather be despised than ignored, because that's what he was moving forward from here on out. In the Hunger Games and the next 3 books, he was despised, but he wasn't ignored.
Explain the quote that says, no one but me will paint my poster. I have a lot of interpretive thoughts.
Think propaganda.
Yes, their posters they did not print. They did not have a printing facility, so they physically painted it.
No, it means metaphorically painting.
Just wanted to know which way it went.
Yeah, the Capitol is not going to get to use my picture in this moment for their propaganda.
Understood.
I'm going to paint the poster.
Paint the picture, tell the story. Yeah. All of those in the metaphors. Just checking in on that. Most memorable or powerful scene?
Probably in the beginning, once Haymitch is reaped. And then what he and his mom and brother have to do to get a moment to say goodbye. That's gut-wrenching, and it tells you what you're willing to do for family.
Read the book so you can feel that.
You need that gut punch.
I didn't even read it, but just watching and hearing how you said that already gut punched me. Did the book make you think differently about anything? At least, we don't have to say in life, but maybe within the series.
It definitely helped me. It helps you clearly understand Haymitch better, and see who he was. It's like all of it's like Katniss and Peeta, what they were like before the arena, and what the arena does to them. Like how there's no winning. You can be the quote unquote winner, but there's no winning because you're so...
Nobody wins in war, guys.
Yeah.
Nobody wins in war. Would you have done anything differently?
I would have, this is just me, I would have maybe made Lenora Dove likable. I don't know if she was supposed to be likable or unlikable. I found her unlikable. So when he's like, I just want to get back to Lenora Dove, I'm like, do you really?
So with Suzanne Collins, we know that she's known for her whole Hunger Games saga. Does she write anything else?
Yeah, I read, she's got another, actually the very first book I read this year was the first book in one of her other children's series, Gregor the Overlander, I think it's called. I think there's like 7 or 8 books.
Which we didn't talk about because the podcast didn't start until after that.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely that one is definitely geared towards younger kids. That's the one with the giant cockroaches in it.
Oh,
that are
lovely.
Heroes. Yeah, which is why I only read the first book. And
interesting perspective.
Yeah, but it was fine. It was a quick read. Again, fine. Definitely geared towards, I would say, like 4th, 5th, 6th grade.
So she writes YYA.
Yes.
Then she writes YA. Does she write anything above this reading level?
I don't know.
Okay. And then I'm not even going to say, can you compare apples to oranges with that? Because she knows her audience.
Yeah, it's a similar writing style, but she's definitely writing for 2 different audiences. for sure.
We're moving into a weird ass question. And that's tough for this particular book, even if we did the quickfire chaos, because I think anybody who is into the Hunger Games saga, it's hard to play around with that.
Yeah,
we take it so seriously. I don't know how you feel, but a lot of people, the gasping on this book. This one looks like a good one. And you're welcome, guys. If the characters from this book had to sing karaoke songs that expressed their deepest existential dread, what one or two songs or more would they pick? Would they sing like Glee and it was one song? So there we go. That's our weird ass question.
Oh, man.
Sunrise on the Reaping. The characters from this book. Karaoke. Deepest existential dread. We're in some corner bar. The creepy DJ says, all right, guys, next up we have Hamish and friends singing the smoke-filled atmosphere. The bartender's pouring more drinks. Everybody's two raccoons in a trench coat. Some people have passed out on the floor.
I can't think. I'm thinking.
We hear people throwing up in the bathroom. And they have flaming hot Cheetos as the snack in the bowls on the tables.
I need some sort of big, angsty song.
You're going to have to go into the past of our emo eras.
I know.
And those people.
Okay, I got it. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Boom, shakalaka.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. There's Hamish and his crew in that picture. Singing.
Angry.
That's going to be the song I listened to on my way home today. Thank you for that. Would you recommend this book?
100%. Now, you can't just read this as a standalone, friends. So at least you need to read the first 3 books and then the whatever 0.5. I think they're calling it a 0.5. The Sunrise, or the Songbird and the Snake. And then I think this is a 1.5. I don't know. Yeah, read this one last.
Okay.
But if you've read the other Hunger Games, read this.
So who's going to enjoy the book the most?
I think anybody who grabbed those Hunger Games books when they came out. I mean, I remember them when I was teaching 8th grade at Largo Middle School, and there was a whole bunch of us in all my 8th graders. We were reading them together, not as we called it the unofficial book club because we weren't intentionally reading. We were just all reading them.
Because it's the fan base.
And we'd come into 3rd period. How far did you get last night? I don't know. I stayed up too late. I read all the way. Don't tell me.
That's the best.
I think that whole group.
Will you explore other books from this author that are not the YYA and seek out
I would like
something
to.
different?
I would like to. I mean, I like her writing. So yeah, she writes a good book that's a fast read.
So Rachel, what's up and coming for you? We know you're busy right now because the show Dial M for Murder opens next Friday.
Yeah.
I will be there.
So the reading is definitely on the slow side. So I did start The Bones Beneath My Skin by TJ Klune. Only because I come home and read at night and I'm so tired. I read a chapter.
Friends,
which
she's
is
the
about
lead.
all I can get in.
She's the lead in this production, so be forgiving. I know you are.
I can't say enough about it because I haven't read enough yet. I'm not in it yet. I don't know what's going to happen. And the jacket cover doesn't give me enough about it. I just need to know what's going on with this little girl in the book whose name is Artemis Darth Vader.
Artemis Darth Vader?
Yes.
Love that.
Yes. The book takes place in 1995. We'll go from there. I don't know. I need more time. Hopefully next week. I probably won't have finished it next week because next week's Tech Week, but I will.
That's okay.
Have made more progress.
Plus, it's also spring break in our area, and I have family coming into town,
yeah.
So we'll see how next week plays out.
And then I just finished another book that I'll put in there for next time. But I have another art from David Balducci. Which is Strangers in Time.
I like Balducci.
Yeah, I mean, he's
just like his name.
Oh, he's written a ton of stuff. Tom, my husband, loves his writing. So this popped up and I got access to it. So I figured, why not? It's based in London at the end of World War II in a bookshop.
Now that's exciting. Balducci.
David Balducci.
Francisco.
Yeah. So that's
what's up and coming.
What's up and coming.
And that's the ink today, guys. We're going to have to take a pause because life is happening.
It's busy, but I can't wait to talk about Kasie's book because I see another best of 2025, and this will be the third one. So I'm really excited to hear about this one.
That's all you. You're the one who inspired this craziness. All right, friends. We'll see you next time.
That's a wrap. Time to close the book on today's episode. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Kasie. If you had fun, hit the like, follow, and subscribe. Make sure you click on the bell icon.
You can also email us at spilledinkaandcoffeeshow@gmail.com. Send us your questions, tell us what you're reading, or share what we should dive into.
Until next time, keep your coffee hot
and your pages turning.
Bye, guys.